Good morning, guys. Lots of chit chat. They're saying, hello, Rose. Honey and Abby, nice to see you back. Because I've been away. I've been off on an adventure. How wonderful. And the time is, if I can get this going, 9:16. And it's Tuesday today. And it's so lovely to be back at Wainbody Wood. Yes, I've been away. It's been totally crazy, really. I went with Mustafa, my daughter Faye, her partner Tony, her son Richard, and her other son Levi, to Wales to meet up with Catherine and the children. And when we got there, we arrived at very early, actually. We got there for about 10 o'clock, which is good. It's a 4-hour drive. And when we arrived, none of the children really ran up to us and said hello or anything like that. And then we saw... I'm having a smoke, guys. Yes, I am. We saw Catherine's dad, my ex, rapidly taking down this tent. And they were packing up to go. And in fact, after we'd been there for only an hour, they were gone. And all that was left was this outline of where they had once been, very recently been. The whole thing was totally bizarre. And of course I've been going to this farmer's field for, my goodness, nearly 30 years now. So I know the owner very, very well. And when I went to book in, to say, hello, where can we have a pitch? She explained that she had never seen a tent go down so quickly as that one. And in fact, Catherine said, oh, we were meant to have left before you arrived. I haven't spoken to her since I got back here, as I only got back last night, late. But it was strange anyway, but exactly as it was meant to be. She is still hoping to move to Angle. And I went to have a look at the place that she's hoping to get, and it's a beautiful little village. Right, well, as far to the edge of the world, the edge of Wales, as you can imagine. But it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm hoping I'll catch up with her at some point and find out what's gone on. But I do suspect that her father has had a big... Wow, that just missed me. I do suspect her father has had input into... Abby's gone this way, so I'm going to go this way too. Into why they left. Anyway, we had a wonderful time. But it was quite funny. Mustafa and I have a 2-man tent, a Van Gogh. It's, very small, just enough room to sleep, and a very small area in front of the sleeping compartment. So the dogs were there, and we were in the bedroom bit, and we took an airbed, which we didn't check before we went. So it was not working, and for the first night we were very uncomfortable and cold because we hadn't worried about where we pitched, knowing that we had an airbed. But it was all good fun, and in the middle of the night I needed the loo, so I went out the front. There's like a window It's not a window at all, but you can unzip it and kind of have a different view, if you like, from the other end. And I went out there to go to the loo, tripped over the guy lines. I've just had the funniest time, honestly. And the whole time I was there, I hardly coughed or... Oh, it's just beautiful. And we went to some amazingly wonderful places. But what did amaze me... What did amaze me was this reminder of where Catherine and the children had been. Because obviously she's been there for 3 weeks, so her tent has been pitched in the same place. And there was almost like this constant reminder right next to me of where they'd been. And just over the two nights, 3 days that we were there, it was seeing this reminder disappear. But it did make me think of, you know, people go camping, they take their tents, and when they move, there is this shadow, this energy that remains for a short while, and then it's gone. And it really made me appreciate the way that we would have once lived. No need for paint or thinners or white spirit or paintbrushes. No need for machines that are going to whiz up your breakfast in a blender, or hair dryers or anything like this. It's all very, very natural and beautiful, and its impact on the earth is complementary rather than detrimental. And you see all these families and all these people having the greatest times under their canvas with their little comforts inside. And everyone's having a good time. You know, no one's worried that they don't have a, you know, white marble bathroom suite with kind of gold-plated taps. You know, no one worries whether they're... Hello guys, I've been away. Wonders whether their toilet system is high level or low level or short flush, long flush. No. No one kind of needs walnut desks or studies, or... And everyone was happy. Everyone I saw was happy. There was no one complaining. There was no one kind of, oh, let's build an extension, darling, shall we? No bricks, no foundations, no concrete, no cement. And just natural in nature. And then you come back and you realise that you take up so much space, really. Goodness knows what the Queen would make of it if she went camping. You know, the same way that everybody else does. And then went back to Buckingham Palace. I'm sure she would think, what on earth is the point to this? Because there is no point. There is no point. And when you see the kind of lavish lifestyles that people have, you know, where they have rooms for this and rooms for that, you know, 10 bathrooms. Oh, we're going to buy a house and it's got an ensuite in every bedroom, and then it's got a family bathroom, and then it's got a downstairs lavvy, or downstairs toilet, whatever you like to call it. We call it lavvy. You know, you think, my goodness, we were just kind of, we weren't thinking, oh my God, I've got to go to the toilet. I was just watching the dogs. And what is amazing, not just the dogs, but the birds in the trees, the seagulls, the, you know, whatever it is, other animal, it just kind of goes to the toilet. And it adds to all of this because it's needed. Whereas we'll almost burst our bladder. Then I need a wee. There goes Honey demonstrating. I need a wee, I need a wee. We've got to find a toilet. Quick, where can we find a toilet? Oh my Lord. We're nuts. Do you know that? We are totally nutty and crazy. And in the process of our nutty madness, oh, look at that. Beautiful. Son, you're amazing. And so are you, Leaf, because it wouldn't happen without you. In kind of this madness, you know, you really see that we're crazy. We're crazy. I mean, we work ourselves, well, a lot of the times into an early grave, if there is such a thing, because I'm not sure there is really. But we do, to end up with a bigger house with more bathrooms and more bedrooms and studies and libraries and, you know, gazebos outside and barbecue pits and swimming pools, and then we stay in that same place. Now, if that isn't a prison cell, tell me what is, because you can have the best prison cell in the world, but it's still a prison cell. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, seeing all of these people were playing games, people out in fields playing rounders, which for anyone who doesn't know what rounders is, I'm sure it was the forerunner to baseball actually. Baseball got more technical, but rounders was such a nice game. You had like 4 posts that you had to run between, a bat and a ball, 2 teams, and off you go. And people were doing things that were keeping them fit. They weren't just kind of sitting down at a computer. And, you know, this is the other thing, our computers, you know, we're so reliant on them. Mobile phone, I just turned my mobile phone off. I didn't want to hear from anyone. I remembered what holidays used to be like when, I talked about this before, Coventry holiday fortnight, everybody would go on holiday. And you got away from it all. From it all. The phone, the computer, the cooker, the washing machine, the neighbours, the family. And in doing so, you found yourself and who you were. And just enjoyed yourself. And now here we are, where we actually think, wow, look at them, look at the house they've got. Well, you know, on the piece of land that they have built their house for them, whoever they may be, they have taken up enough space for I don't know how many families and people who could just occupy that land for a short while and then move on. And that trace of where they once were would be gone within days. There's no damage to anything. There's only actually help and assistance to the planet. And it was so wonderful to have breakfast and for there to be seagulls that you could just, you know, whatever scraps you'd got left, you would throw out. And the seagulls would come so close. Love that sound. So I don't know, it's made me kind of question everything. You know, we think of all of these rich and opulent palaces and we go to visit them and we ooh and we ah and we, you know, look, a throne. Oh, a scepter. Oh. We've got stuff so arsed about face, it's untrue. And you know, people were sharing and helpful and kind and caring and compassionate and look out for the other people, the other dogs, everything. Yet you could live next to the very same people in a street and suddenly they don't become people that you help and support. They become competitors. Well, Mrs. Jones next door, they've just got the latest Audi A33 or whatever it may be, and how can we live here with our old car on the drive? And people, the ones with the Audi A23, 33 foot, whatever it is, you know, kind of think, oh, our neighbours are so below us, or they're letting the side down, or this. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. I feel like my eyes have been not just opened wide, I feel like my eyeballs have been removed. And I am seeing for the first time the total crazy that is humans. Yes. What say you, son? Son sees it all. Anyway, I did put together a few little snippets of where I've been and what I've seen and what I've done. I don't know if they're any good because didn't have electricity, so couldn't really check them out. So I'm going to have a look at them today. But I'm spending the day with my mum. I haven't seen her for a while. Hear that sound? Maybe a young woodpecker learning the great power of its beak. Yes, we're mad. And we put up these buildings for what? Offices, offices, offices. You know, for insurance, for mortgages. Oh, I don't understand it. And I know that in winter it's cold. But in places like Mongolia, which I'm sure get a damn sight colder than, you know, England or Wales, they live in their yurts. They only contribute to the environment. Do you understand what I mean? And then they move on. I don't know. I think we've gone doolally. Totally doolally. And I think paradise is that kind of nomadic lifestyle where we would be like any other animal. And all these other animals don't need cash. They don't need the latest MBNA debit card. They don't need to pay the bank, who have some of the finest buildings in the world. How did they get them? Well, you know, with your money. But all these animals, they don't need cash. They don't need banks. They don't need credit cards. They just say thank you, Creator. For the marvel of the planet and for the bounty that it holds. I went swimming in the sea. Oh, it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And you know, we're so arrogant, aren't we, in the West? I'm generalising, guys, as you know. But we are so arrogant. We look at children in so-called developing countries. We see pictures of them washing in the river. and we see them carrying water, and we say, oh, poor them, let's create a community for them. Let's take them away from all that. It's mad. And I know there'll be people who say, yes, Rose, but. But the thing is, you know, the planet's resources are there for all of us. No single person, corporation, or anything has the right to say, this belongs to me. It belongs to us all. And what they do is they hijack all of the very best places, the most abundant places, and they bar them off. Well, they're not actually barring them off. They are keeping us out. So we're not allowed to touch it. And they'll find a spring and they'll buy the rights to the land and the beautiful clean spring water. And then if we want it, do you know what they do? They create plastic bottles. And they sell it to us in plastic bottles for those who can afford it now, you know. And the plastic undoes all of the great deeds of the water, really. Hey ho, hey ho. So that's kind of where I am, guys. And I've seen crazy. I've had my eyes opened and then removed. And instead, I've had vision, I suppose. A vision of what once was. And a vision of what could be. But yeah. Isn't it strange? We go camping. We say we're going on holiday to get away from it all. When really we are getting into it all. Oh well. I'm going to go. I have a lot to do today, and I just really wanted to let you know I'm still here and do a little quick catch up. So I will see you again whenever, and yeah, keep looking up. There could be a beautiful sun up there guiding you along your way. And remember to enjoy life, live it. And honestly, is the fact that you have got 4 bathrooms really making you enjoy life that much? 4 toilets to clean, 4 things of bleach to get, toilet brushes, toilet roll. You know, it's so much more useful that we do it here, where it belongs and where it contributes to this wonderful, wonderful earth. Yeah, out in nature. And if we were all doing it, no one would think it was strange. You know, I can remember the first time I saw a bloke with a mobile phone. It was huge, and he was walking along with it, and everybody was staring at him, thinking, wow, he's a bit crazy, because it did look totally crazy, because before then you weren't actually allowed to walk down the street talking to yourself. Doing so could mean that the men and women in white coats would come and grab you and take you away. And here was this man, proud as punch, walking down the road, talking into a mobile phone. And it all seemed mad. So, you know, going to the toilet in here, it's not really mad. And as soon as we see some people doing it, we'll think, hey, yeah, wow, that saved me loads of money. And you know what? I don't have to hold myself until I feel like I'm going to burst and miss out on what it is I've come to see. By thinking, where's the toilet? Where's the toilet? Oh, well. Right. Shut up, Rose. Shut up, Rose. I love you all. So from Honey and Abby, who have had the best time ever, and my feet, it's goodbye. Bye. Hey, hey. hey, hey.